Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners.
Goldylocks Productions presents the Live from Little Bear Sanctuary show with Christopher Vane. Enjoy topics such as the vegan lifestyle, sanctuary media highlights, and spotlighting new rescues.
Happy Friday, friends. Welcome to Live from Little Bear Sanctuary. I'm your host, Chris Vane. And we're broadcasting live today from the Goldylocks Productions YouTube and the Little Bear Sanctuary Facebook page. So if you're watching, sign in, say hello, ask some questions. You guys know the drill. And today's June 25th, 2021. So you'll know if you're live or not, or watching on demand. And if you missed any episodes, you can watch them anytime on demand on the Goldylocks Productions YouTube, the Little Bear Sanctuary Facebook page, Little Bear Sanctuary website, and all major podcast outlets, including Vimeo, and we're now on Rumble. So welcome all to the Rumble people. Reminds me of Let's Get Ready to Rumble. I don't know if that's the WWF or something like that. So how's everybody doing today? Happy Friday. Today, my guest today, she is the host of Transformational Soul here on the Goldylocks Network, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. She's the author of Metamorphosis, A Journey of the Soul, and that's available on Amazon and now Kindle Unlimited. I actually started reading it this week. It's really good. Welcome to the studio, Ruth Soltman.
Well, thank you so much, Chris. I'm really happy to be here.
I'm glad to have you here. How's your day going?
It's going good. Good. The sun's shining. It's a little warm, but it's been a good morning so far.
Awesome. Yeah, here it's a little overcast, but not too bad.
Yeah.
I've been reading your book, and I'm really enjoying it. I totally helped me understand you better as a person. So now, that was really cool, and we have a lot in common, surprisingly. So it was really interesting to read. I'm not quite finished yet, but I've really been enjoying it. Tell everybody a little about your journey. I know that's a big question.
Okay.
But just sort of kind of tell everybody how you got to where you are today.
Okay. Well, many years ago, I started being guided by the angels and my guides to start remembering and documenting the messages they were sending to me. Sometimes they would be like directly inspired. Sometimes it would be an idea or a thought or a sentence that would come to me. And they kept telling me that I was going to write this book. Well, never writing a book before, of course, you don't think, oh, sure, I'm going to write this book. You're very doubtful of yourself. So it was always kind of in the back of my mind. And then as I started to awaken to the truth of who I am and my world started changing, I started seeing what it is I'm supposed to be writing about. Back in the 90s, I met this woman in a bookstore and we started talking, and she told me about Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. And
I love that series. Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's amazing. And I was just I was like, oh, I know I have to read this. So I went to the library and checked it out of the library. And it totally blew me away. I had to read it really slowly because there's so much information to absorb. But as I was reading it, it just resonated with my soul on such a deep level. I knew this was my truth. And it just started me, on this spiral to start awakening to the truth of who I am. And many, 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 many years later, because, I'm kind of a stubborn person, and, I was always like, well, I'll do it one day. But slowly over time, I would write about different experiences I was going through. And when I started to really wake up and it really hit me hard was probably about 2010. And I went through a bit of depression, and a whole bunch of things started to spiral out of control in my life. And there was nothing I could do to fix it. And that just started me going through all of this. I had a lot of physical symptoms while I was waking up, and nobody around me could understand what was going on. They're like, just, all you got to do is, just put on your happy face, go out there, you'll be fine, just suck it up. But it wasn't like that at all for me. It was very debilitating, I guess you could say. And, as I worked through that, I was like, this really stinks that I'm all alone in this. I wish I had someone I could share my experience with, or someone who could understand and help me going through it. Because I had to just muddle through it all on my own. Now, yes, I did have help from my angels and stuff, but you know what I mean about having, someone that can guide you through it. I can
totally relate. Yeah.
So when I started to write my book, it was completely my intention that it was there to help guide other people that were going through the same thing that didn't have anybody, because nobody should feel alone when they're going through that, because it is huge. It is really huge. And like my dark night of the soul was not a dark night of the soul. It went on for months, possibly even a year or two. Yeah. And it would have been really great to have support and stuff when I was going through that. So it was always my intention and goal that I wanted to help other people. I wanted to help them wake up to the truth of who they are, so they can live an authentic life. And so that's always been in the back of my mind. Well, then, I've always had that nudging, come on, you got to get this book written. You got to do this. You got to do this. Well, last year when 2020 hit and everything was shut down, they practically stomped on my head and said, this is the time. You have to do this. I just, without even thinking about it and letting my head get in the way, I just finished it and I published it in October. Yeah. So it's been an amazing journey ever since that happened as well. It was really hard it was very, I don't want to say scary, but in a way it was, but I was very apprehensive. There's a lot of personal information in there that I don't always like to share personal stuff, or I didn't used to anyway. And there's a lot of personal stories in there. And it was hard for me to let that go. But once I did, and I stepped beyond my comfort zone, the feeling of empowerment is beyond anything I could ever describe. It was a great experience for me, and I'm so happy that I did it.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I've been reading it, and I'm really connecting with so many parts of the book. It's interesting how we've sort of had a similar path. And yeah, you're right. When you go through stuff like that and you're depressed, and, for me, it was very similar, a career I didn't want to be in. And, before I did the sanctuary, and it was, you go through so much, and if you don't have anybody to talk to, and you don't, there's a lot of people who don't sometimes find their passion, and they sort of wander. And, I guess we're both lucky that we listen to the signs.
I know.
I remember Oprah once said, if you're not on your right path, the universe will tap you on the shoulder. And if you don't listen, they'll shake, the universe will shake you. If you don't listen, then they're going to throw a brick at your head. And if you still don't listen, the whole house is going to fall on you.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. You may as well just listen the first time and save yourself all that trouble. And the funny thing is, I had completely forgotten I've loved writing ever since I was young. When I was a kid in grade school, I started a school newspaper all on my own. Oh, granted, wow. I had to write almost all the articles for it because, nobody was too into it. But that was my thing. Yeah. I've always wrote all throughout the years. That was an easy way for me to express my feelings. Sure. So I just forgotten, you get busy in life and stuff and you forget about stuff like that. And I have found so many times that with people, it's the thing that brought them so much joy when they were a child that is their passion.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can totally relate. You have a part of your book is about change and letting go. And I think a lot of people have problems, especially with the letting go part. And also forgiveness, for me, that was a huge issue in my life for a long time, and especially when it's people close to you, like your parents, And I love the section in your book. I don't want to give too much away of your book because I want people to read it, but you have a great forgiveness exercise about writing letters, and then, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, that really helped me a lot. And, you know, a lot of times when you have ill feelings towards someone, you don't like to confront them about it, but you need to have that closure. And, you know, a lot of times there's situations where people aren't even sorry for how they treated you. You know, so you really aren't going to get an apology or anything. Right. But this was a way that you can forgive someone without even, you know, having to deal with them pretty much. You know, because forgiveness is what we do for ourselves. We don't do that for the other person.
Absolutely.
You know, we're the one that carries around that anxiety and all those negative feelings from, you know, not forgiving someone.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I know there's people have horrific things happen in their life, you know, and it's very hard to forgive. But when you really think about how that hanging on to that is really hurting you, you hold on to it long enough, it's going to start causing disease in your body. It's going to cause you know, all sorts of physical health situations. You just don't want to hang on to that. You want to let that go.
Absolutely. Even if the person's passed away, you know, you still have to do that forgiveness, and, you know.
Yes, that could be a tricky situation too.
Yeah.
But
I know for a lot of people, there's a lot of, sometimes there's regret, sometimes, you know.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, and it's very powerful to forgive, very powerful to be able to let go. You know, it's a great way to move forward and kind of, you know, step into who you're supposed to be, you know.
Right. And if you can't release all of that and all those negative, you know, all that negative energy, there's nowhere for the new good positive energy to resonate and you know, situate itself, you know, in your self or your energy field. You got to get rid of that old stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Gosh. Yeah. I've been through it.
I know. I think pretty much everybody has.
What's that?
I think pretty much everybody has at one time or another.
I think so. I mean, I hope so. I hope they can get through it and, you know, understand and, you know, with a book like this, it's a great way to come to terms with it. I think it'll really help a lot of people.
Well, I hope so. You know. That's always what I intended.
I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, it's really connecting to me on a lot of levels. You talk about, you know, you do go into a lot of personal stuff. You talk about relationships and your mother and your father, and, you know, you talk about loss, and there's a section on self-care, living your authentic life. And you know, there's so, you know, I think about my journey. You know, when I was young, you know, I always loved animals, and, you know, I wanted to be a veterinarian, and, you know, then you go all completely somewhere else, which is what I did. And so to come back to this now, to truly I hate to say find your passion, but it's really true. It's so freeing. It's so, gosh, it's hard to put into words. It's an emotional release. It's such a weight off your shoulders. It's like just this, you know, amazing, I don't know, how do I put that into words? You know
what the difference is? You can see it. You can see it in you. I mean, you can feel it in your energy, how happy you are. And it's because you're living your truth.
Yeah.
You know, you're not pretending to be something that you're not. You're living your truth. You're authentic. And that is just such a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. It's I have a good life. I can't complain anymore. So your book is on Amazon. It's called Metamorphosis: A Journey of the Soul, and I saw that it was on Kindle Unlimited, so that's really exciting. So it's really
I just released that last week on Kindle Unlimited.
Oh, cool!
So nice. That's exciting.
I'm going to say good morning to some people. Let's go down the list. Let's see who's here. Super Space Cookie, how's it going? Elizabeth, hey Elizabeth, I have not seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well, Elizabeth. It's good to see you. Carolyn is here. Cindy, good morning, Cindy. Linnell, hey Linnell. Linnell, don't be driving and looking at your phone. And let's see, what does Elizabeth say? Elizabeth says, the more you talk about the negative situation, the more you keep the negativity. So must release it and move on. We all probably have examples of this.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Do you want to do some readings today?
Sure.
Yeah. Who wants a reading? I guess we'll go in order.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll tell you, Chris, I've had readings like with Carol Ann and Melissa and Laura, and they have all started telling me about how I was writing another book. And at the time, I didn't know that. But afterwards, I did find out that they were guiding me to write a second book, like my first book, only talking about, what happens afterwards. How do you live an authentic life? So that's something that's
an awesome idea. I love that.
So I'm hoping, to
that.
publish it in October, maybe maybe like on the anniversary of when I did the first one.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
For me to remember.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome. I like that. Very cool.
Who do we have first?
Who wants a reading? Who wants an angel reading? Wait for the feed to update.
I know there's a little delay.
It's a little bit of a lag.
And I'll tell you too, there's also, when I started my first book, I was also getting information on these 3 smaller books that I was going to write. One is all about unconditional love. One is all about self-healing. And the other one is forgiveness. So they're smaller books, but I'm hoping to have those out this summer, because a lot of the information I already had, it's just getting it together. And, because I was getting all this information at the same time I was getting information from my first book. So it was a lot to sort through the first time. Hopefully the next time now it'll be easier.
Probably, right? You've been through it, so.
I hope so. Oh,
so
and
Elizabeth would love a reading.
All right, Elizabeth. So nice to see you. Let's see what we got for you today. What would the angels like you to know? Okay, I'm going to pull 2 different cards since we probably have enough time here. And one is from the Work Your Light deck, and the other one is from the Archangel Oracle deck. And let's see what we have here. Ooh. Okay, so look at me together. Okay, it says the Great Gathering. Look at that beautiful picture. Yeah. And Elizabeth, they're telling you that everything is coming together now. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. So I feel like you're getting a lot of intuitive ideas and thoughts that are coming to you. And you just need to really be mindful of those and pay attention to those. I feel like you are vibing with your soul tribe right now. And I feel like that's also going to expand, and you're going to be welcoming more people into your circle. So that's always wonderful. Archangel Azrael also wants you to know that you are a natural counselor, a natural helper. People look up to you. And many people will benefit from your guidance. And, it's really important that you keep shining your light, and you're helping to guide other people, even when you don't realize it. Somebody could ask you a question and you offer your opinion, and maybe somebody else hears it that you don't even know. But because it's something that they needed to hear that at that moment. You could be standing in line somewhere, and people always overhear your conversations, and they could hear something from you that, completely changes something in their life. So, always be mindful of that everything that you say and put out there is for the benefit of someone else. So I hope that helps, and I hope that resonates with you, Elizabeth.
Let's see. Super Space Cookie.
It's got to be Sarah.
Yep.
All right, Sarah. Nice to see you. I told Sarah the other day, every time I hear her name or think of her, I see this big ray of sunshine. I don't know why. But I see
she told us the story behind the Super Space Cookie on one of the shows.
Yes. Okay, let's see, Sarah. Sarah, you also got the Great Gathering.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I've ever had the same card come up 2 times in a row like that. And it's everything is coming together. I know you know this. Everything in your life, that you've been working so hard on, it's all starting to make sense now. Everything is starting to come into focus of what you're going to do, what you're supposed to do. And it's really exciting for you. And Archangel Jophiel wants to remind you to clear your space. Chris, maybe this is yours. I think this is the one that came up for you last week.
It's so true.
Get rid of the clutter, Sarah. Clear out that old energy around you that's not doing you any good anymore, because you want to make room for all this new energy that's coming your way. Because I feel like you are just going to take off and soar, way beyond anything you've ever imagined. So it's really exciting. And I can't wait to hear, what happens.
Let's see, what does Elizabeth say? Elizabeth said, "It's so right on, totally vibing. Oh my God, I do that all of the time. Giving positivity when standing in line. I talk to the angels every day and practice reading angel oracle cards." Thank you,
That's
Ruth.
awesome. Oh, you're welcome. That's awesome.
All right. Who else wants a reading? I can read people. You're ugly and you dress funny. Oh, goodness.
That sounds like an ego reading.
Oh, funny. You do Reiki too, right?
Oh, I do. I do the regular Usui Reiki, and I also do angelic Reiki, which is it's you pretty much, it's the same type of thing, only the healing energy that's coming through you is connected to the angelic kingdom of light. So it's all like angelic energy that's coming through. And let me tell you, I think that was last year, right before COVID hit, that I took that course. And when you get the when they do the attunements, the angels do them directly on you. It is the most unbelievable, mind-blowing energy that I have ever felt. It was so amazing. That was so much fun.
Yeah. Cool. Keisha. Hey, Keisha, how's it going? My friend Keisha would love a reading.
Awesome. Okay, Keisha, let's see what the angels want you to know today.
We have our piggy, Willie. He was our first pig rescue. It was Keisha's piggy.
So I was reading a little more about Little Bear Sanctuary yesterday. So the animals that you rescue are all animals that would have been terminated otherwise. Is that correct?
Most of them, especially now, are abused, neglected, hoarding situations. We occasionally take pet pigs from people's homes, but pretty much now we just use it for the abuse cases. Yeah.
Oh, so pretty much you're saving their lives then.
Yeah.
Letting them live a happy life, and that's so beautiful. I think that's just amazing. Oh, so you know that sanctuary that you guys were talking about on the show the other day? That
I got a chance to look at them. I can't remember the name. Are they in Texas?
I am something. I am.
They were in Texas. They're in Texas, right?
Yeah. But did you see what city in Texas?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I thought it said Cleveland, which I actually know where that is.
Okay.
But and my daughter had gone to an animal place up near Cleveland, so I messaged her the other day to see if that's where she went, but no, she had never heard of it.
Huh. Yeah, I had never heard of it either, and I'm not sure it doesn't look like they're a nonprofit. I couldn't figure it out.
Oh.
I know that they definitely rescue animals, but I don't think they're a nonprofit.
Well, I think it takes a special kind of heart to do work with animals like that.
Oh gosh, absolutely. Yeah. Hopefully they're vegan, but I don't know about that either.
Okay, so we've got Keisha. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. I believe that's the right one. Okay, just need one more card here. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Okay, Keisha, you need to get grounded. And it says empaths, highly sensitive people. You need to get out and connect with nature. And that's a really good way to ground. I do that like a lot of times during the day. I just go sit outside. As a matter of fact, right before the show, I went and sat out. I wanted to take my dog out. So I sat out there with her, and I just love having my feet, connected to the ground. And all of a sudden, there were 5 humongous dragonflies flying by. And I don't know why, but it just like, I see that and I'm like, ooh, that's transformation. That's, life changes. And I'm like, ooh, I'm getting excited. And it just, the energy that I get from being outdoors is amazing. And there's other ways you can ground yourself. It depends, I guess, on what kind of grounding you need, but you want to make sure that you are rooted. And otherwise, when you get a lot of this energy, you can just be off, like, it'll feel like you're just flying and dizzy and everything. And there's so much energy coming to us right now. It's just unbelievable. And I felt a real shift. I think it was yesterday. I felt a real shift. I had been really super tired and kind of like dragging butt for the last couple of weeks. And yesterday something shifted and it's been phenomenal. I'm sorry. Yesterday was Thursday. This happened Wednesday. And the energy completely shifted. And now I feel like I'm going to be getting a lot more accomplished, which is great. But get out of nature a little bit more. If it's not too hot where you live, sit in the sun for a little bit. That's really good for us. I know, we are always, as a kid, I was always taught, you're going to get a sunburn. You go, don't sit out in the sun too long. But I love being in the sun. I love the energy that I feel from the sun. I didn't used to know that's why I loved it, but that's what it is. I can feel that just warm, loving energy. And it just, it's like it gives you a big old hug. But if you can go out barefoot outside, just step on, even if you're on the concrete, but if you can step on the grass and stuff, it really helps to connect you and to, what's the word I was looking for? To connect you and ground you. And also, Archangel Haniel is talking about how the moon cycles affect you. And yesterday was just the full moon. So there was that energy as well. And actually, it wasn't cloudy here last night, so I actually got to see the full moon. So I was pretty excited about that. It says to notice and be mindful of how the moon energy affects you. And, realize how it affects you and let it work in your favor. Help you manifest things in your life. The new moon, we like to set new intentions. The full moon can give us that intense boost of oomph behind our behind manifesting, when you put your intentions out there. But when you do, just make sure you put very clear and concise intentions out there. You don't want to put out there any energy towards what you don't want, but pinpoint focus on exactly what you do want. And it will just manifest so much faster for you that way.
She's in Florida, so I know she loves the sun.
Wow. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so she actually says, I love the sun. I love being outside. Totally agree with you.
Florida's been popping up an awful lot. What is there about that state that's so magnificent?
I don't know. It depends. The warm weather, I guess. Yeah, the warm weather is definitely why I'm here.
Yeah. Well, we don't have warm weather in Texas. We have it's hot or it's hotter.
That's true too. Pretty much same here.
Yeah.
Except for February when it's sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love being outside barefoot. I always love to I'm always running around barefoot.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love it.
I have to jump around the poop sometimes, but.
Hey, I do too. We have 2 dogs.
But yeah, that's you can definitely feel the energy when on the bottom of your feet.
Yeah. The first thing I do in the morning is I go outside on the front porch and sit on the bench with my coffee. And that's right where the sun is in the morning. We have a big tree in the front yard, but the sun still comes through a little bit. And the mornings are just so magnificent. I love the morning time. It's just beautiful. And then that just kind of sets my energy and tone for the day.
Yeah, we have terrace on the side of the house that overlooks the pond. So I have a little table out there, and I drink my coffee in the sun. It's really just see all the animals running around, and
I bet that's
very
nice.
peaceful, nice and peaceful, and yeah, I love it.
The only animals I get to see running around are the neighbors' loose dogs.
Oh boy. Well, you'd probably be shocked if some pigs and goats started running around.
Probably. But you know, when I used to live in Michigan, we would see deer a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was nice as long as you didn't see them like going across the road. You know, I had one run right into the side of my car before. Most people hit it from the front, but this one just hit me from the side. Put a huge dent in the car.
Wow.
They're big animals. They're a lot bigger.
Yeah, they can do some damage. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. We have herds of pigs when you drive down State Road 31. We're on a main truck route, and there's like sometimes you'll see big herds of like 100 pigs all running. They're really cute. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're fun.
Well, pigs are really smart animals too, right?
They are very smart.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard.
Yeah, very smart. Keisha, thanks you very much.
Oh, you're very
welcome. Elizabeth also, I don't know if Elizabeth is down here. She's in Sarasota with Carolyn and Melissa. They're up there.
Jeez, starting to feel like the outsider. But I know Tiffany's not there, so.
Yeah, Tiffany's up in the north.
Yeah, at least we don't really get snow here.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, I haven't seen any snow here, but I know sometimes like northern part of Florida up in the Panhandle occasionally gets snow.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Chilly. Yeah.
Do you know where you are? Do you get a lot of tourists?
We're in Southwest Florida, so yeah, I would say this town is known for sailing and fishing. So it's a lot of houses on the water here. It's a big water community. Downtown Punta Gorda has like a really cute historic section and little shops, and but then we're really close to Venice, Naples, Fort Myers. So the whole West Coast has some really beautiful beaches. Sarasota has some amazing beaches. They have Elizabeth, what's the beach up there with the sand that's like powder? I can't remember. It's literally like baby powder. I've never seen anything like it.
Wow. What makes it like that? Do you know?
It has to do with quartz. It's something with quartz. Wow. It's a quartz sand. Why can't I remember the name of the beach? Well, somebody will pop it up on the screen, I'm sure.
Yeah. I've had that happen to me.
Siesta Key, yay. Thanks, Elizabeth. Siesta Key Beach. It's absolutely amazing. I've never seen anything like it.
Wow, that sounds really familiar, but I don't know why.
Siesta Key is it's a big tourist town, Siesta Key.
So several times this week I've had that happen where I'm talking and I know what I'm going to say, and then all of a sudden the thought completely leaves me and I can't remember what I was going to say.
It happens to me all the time.
It's happened to me several times this week, and every single time it's been when I've been live. Never happens to me any other time, but you know, what are you going to do?
Yeah, Elizabeth said it's the quartz, and also it never gets hot either because it's quartz, so it's always really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the only bad thing about the beach is the sand gets so hot you can't really walk barefoot.
Yeah, not in Siesta Key. It's pretty amazing.
Oh. Wow, it sounds like something I'm going to need to see.
Come down and visit.
I would love to.
Yeah, you should come down.
We
have a really cute RV you can stay in. You can stay at the sanctuary with us.
That would be awesome. And I'll let the roosters wake me up.
Yeah, 4:30, 5 o'clock. You'll hear them.
That's okay. Maybe I can get on an earlier schedule now.
Oh goodness. So who else wants a reading? Do you want for Linnell? Since she's driving, I'm sure I don't want her to type. So
yeah, that's probably a good idea. All right, Linnell. Boy, she is just always on the road.
I know. She really is, right?
I know. Must be nice.
I know she just moved to Vegas or Las Vegas. She's somewhere over there.
Awesome. It's pretty warm there too. My daughter got married there I forget what year. Oh no, and what year it was, but it was like 4 or 5 years ago. And we all went there for the wedding. So we went for probably like 4 days, and it was so much fun. I'd never been there before, and it was just so much
I love
fun.
Vegas. It's so much fun, isn't it?
Yeah, and we stayed at the Golden Nugget. So when you go outside, you've got that. I forget the name of that street there. Yeah. But it's where they could do hang gliding there down the street. They have all these crazy lights and music, and everything's kind of like contained and connected. You can go from one place to another in there. It was just amazing.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
So, definitely a unique city for sure.
That's for sure. So, Linnell, the angels want you to know that all is well, and that's Archangel Jeremiah telling you that everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to, with hidden blessings that you will soon understand. And, whenever, we're working on something or we're thinking things should unfold quicker than they do, we need to remind ourselves that everything is in divine timing. Everything is going to happen exactly the way it's supposed to, just not necessarily in our human time frame. So they just want you to know that things are going exactly the way they're supposed to, and things are working a little bit behind the scenes to get you where you need to be. So the angels are there with you, just calling them when you need them. And it's this card here. This is from the Work Your Light cards. It says you're already doing it. So stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. You will definitely get to your destination. And it's just I thought it was kind of ironic that the order that the cards came in, because after I read what the angels were telling you, then the other card pretty much said, yep, you already know this. So I just thought that was kind of cool. So just keep on, doing what you're doing, and you keep taking those steps forward, Linnell, and you're going to get exactly to your destination. However, the destination is not always the point or the thing we want to focus on. It's the journey to the destination where we learn all of our lessons and we, step out of our comfort zone. Because once you get there, but the getting there is the part that's rewarding and the part that you really want to be mindful of each step along the way. So I hope that resonates with you, Linnell.
That sounds like a Linnell reading. Yeah. Yep. Thank you. And you've got I don't know what she's giving you a lot of love. I think it's driving. No more texting. Okay. That's Linnell. No more texting.
Yeah. So we know the voice texting never records what you say.
Works out the same way.
I've done that a few times and gotten a text back from someone, and they're like, "What? What are you talking about?"
What did she say? Hey, Wilma, how are you today? You could do one for Wilma. I'm sure she would love one.
Okay. Oops. As soon as you said that, one just flipped over.
Oh, there you go.
I know. I love when that happens. Or when you're shuffling them and then one actually flips right out of the deck. That's pretty cool too.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And this was for Wilma, you said?
Wilma, yep.
Okay, Wilma. Archangel Ariel is talking to you about prosperity. And Archangel Ariel says that your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest dreams into reality. And, prosperity isn't always about our physical needs. It's about so many different things in our life. But the angels want you to know that as you travel along on your spiritual path, that your needs will be met. Your needs are being met. And they will continue to be met. They also want you to manifest what it is that you desire, because you can make it happen. You can manifest it into your reality. And there's lots of different ways to manifest. And you just have to figure out what works for you. I was talking to my 11-year-old granddaughter last night about this because she saw my vision board and she was asking me, what is this? And what does all this mean? And I said, look at this. Look at how cool this is. I did this like 5 or 6 years ago. And look, there's a picture on there of my book. There's something on there with the name of my crafting business that I had. There is a picture right in the center of this that looks like my background. I mean, it just gives me chills when I think about it. And all these things are manifesting. And working with I am statements, I am whole and healthy. I am fit and healthy. I am, living in my purpose, whatever works for you. You just have to always, maintain them and do them. And visualization was something that always worked really well for me. I would just visualize like what I wanted to happen and visualize how I would feel when that happened, and like really read into it a lot as like I could be like daydreaming and walk myself through a whole day in the life of this person. And, doing that, it brings all that energy to you. So once you put that out there, the universe reacts by matching your energy and sending it back to you. So it can't not work, as long as you are putting out the positive energy. The same works for negative energy, but you don't want to put out negative energy and have it come back to you. And they're also telling me that you are a warrior woman. And they're asking if you have answered your deepest calling. So do you know what your deepest calling is, Wilma? Are you here to help heal humanity? Are you here to change the world? Are you here to be a friend to the little boy down the street? I mean, you have to figure that out. But as long as you know what you're being called to do, don't be afraid to answer that call, because that call is meant for you and you only. So I hope that resonates with you, Wilma.
She's a volunteer here. We love her to death. She's actually in Orlando. She schleps quite the way to come help us. So,
that's really wonderful.
Yeah.
So can you get like high school kids and stuff? Because don't they have to do some kind of volunteer work now?
We could. There's sort of, if they're under 18, there's so many different legalities if they get hurt or something. So, it would have to be like a group thing with like an adult here also. And we did have one girl who came out a few times. And, it's really hot here during the day. It's messy. It's nasty. And I don't think these kids want it.
Yeah,
these kids don't want to do that.
Yeah, you're probably right. I guess I didn't think that one through.
Yeah, these kids today.
Yes, I know. Yeah. With their phones and their video games, and it's so funny. They have like 100 channels to watch on TV. We had like 4 when I was a kid.
Oh my God! Right?
We didn't have video games. We didn't have microwaves. I don't even know if they made dishwashers then. I have no idea. But I mean, we used to have to do everything ourselves.
Yep.
We would actually cook a meal and wash the dishes ourselves. Now it's like, what can we pop in the microwave?
Dishes. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, you have to remember people's phone numbers if you wanted to call them.
I know. It's so true. It's so funny. I mean, I can still remember my number when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too.
Grandma's. I know, it's crazy. And now I couldn't tell you any of my kids' numbers. I have to look them up on my phone.
Anybody's numbers. GR63522. That was my number.
Oh, wow.
I should call it and see who answers.
You should.
Hey, you don't know me, but...
This used to be my number.
Used to be my number. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Who else is here? Who else wants a reading? Not from me, from Ruth.
Well, Chris, now you're going to have to come on my show one night.
Yes, I would love to. That'd be fun.
I have Carol Ann's going to be there next Friday.
Oh, she's going to be on my show.
Not Friday, next Wednesday.
Yeah, she's going to be on my show next week. That's so funny.
She's got a busy week.
She's going to have a busy week.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, this week was pretty busy for me, but I'm kind of really enjoying it.
Yeah, I love doing this show every Friday. And
yeah, I enjoy it.
There's a lot of fun.
I always turn it on when it starts, but it depends on like if I can get my granddaughter down for her nap and stuff, how much I get to actually hear and participate.
Yeah,
but
I thought
I'm
there'd be kids with you today.
I was what?
I thought there'd be kids with you today, maybe.
Well, you know, how funny is this? When I messaged you about that and told you that, I said, well, maybe if you'd rather wait, a couple of weeks until maybe my older granddaughter would be here to help out. She texted me or called me this next day and said, can I come and stay for a few days?
Oh, wow. There you go.
I know. Wow. So the older one, I got her down for her nap. She's already sleeping before the show started. And then the older one is in there watching the baby. So we're good. It worked out really good.
Worked out really well.
So, Chris, do you need a reading?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Oops. There we go.
I'm ready.
Here's Chris's card. And let's see what else we have for Chris.
Probably the same as Monday, right? I don't think much is changed.
It's a different card. It's a different card that's turned over. Okay.
It's thundering here, so my dogs are probably going to bark and get a little silly soon. So.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, there we go. What's this one? Okay, this is Archangel Raziel, Spiritual Understanding. And Archangel Raziel says, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Now, I feel like you are getting a lot of information from whether it be the angels or the other side or whatever. And I feel like not all of it maybe is like completely resonating with you, but they're saying to just relax, it'll come as it needs to. Sometimes we'll hear something and then a few days later, and it doesn't resonate with us at all. Then a couple days later, it'll just click all of a sudden and it all makes sense. I've had that happen to me several times. And it's kind of, frustrating in a way because we always want things so much faster. But the spirit world isn't like that. They have no time over there. They don't care when it happens. It'll happen when it's supposed to. And it's all in divine time anyway.
Always, right?
Yep. And you also need a deep replenishment. You need to take some you time, some self-care.
Girl, you have no idea.
Yeah. I can imagine. You must have a crazy schedule.
Yeah, I really do. I keep telling you about I need a vacation, but it'll happen one of these days.
Yes, but you can still take me time, even if it's like 20 minutes a day. You need that every single day just to revive yourself a little bit.
Yeah. It's so true.
It's so funny because for several months, I would say more than 50% of all of my readings were something about self-care. Because I guess people are just, take better care of themselves. Yeah. And, then last year when everything was shut down, I know some people that went one way and started like, I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to get myself fit while I have to stay at home anyway. Then there's other people like, oh no, this pandemic. And then all I did was eat. So, everybody's needing some self-care now.
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh. Yeah. With me, it's my dreams. My dreams are always so crazy.
Crazy?
Oh my,
Are they really active? Do you remember your dreams?
I remember every single dream every night. It's exhausting.
Wow. I wish I remembered mine. I don't usually remember mine.
I wish.
Well, I've heard that if you do remember your dreams, then it's a message, not like a dream. So
let me tell you, they're coming through.
Well, see, maybe this is where you're getting all this information. Then they're coming.
I got to figure it out because it's really they've been interesting. It used to stress me out, but now I just go with it because what else am I going to do?
Yeah. Does it wake you up and keep you from sleeping well?
Initially, yes, but I don't feel rested in the morning. That's the problem because I'm just dreaming all night, and because I remember it, it's.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there. It was terrible. And I could be in bed it didn't matter how long I was sleeping because my dreams would be so active. And then when I would wake up, I would feel like I was out digging ditches in the night instead of sleeping. My body. Yeah,
I really feel like I'm like completely in this other reality all night long. And then I wake up back to this reality. And it's just.
That's how mine were too.
Back and forth.
But
it's the same people. I'm going to the same places. I'm meeting the same. I'm starting to know all these people. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh! Oh, they just gave me chills.
It's
Wow.
serious. It's like, this has been going on for like 2 years.
Is this someplace you think you need to be, or that you need to go?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I should probably write about it. Maybe it'll all, like, if I write a journal about it.
You should.
Maybe it'll make sense.
Maybe it's a story you need to tell.
Maybe.
Who knows? Wow, that's really, really interesting, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I'm more relaxed about it now. It used to stress me out, and then I just said, listen, just what it is, right? So now that, and this is going to sound weird to people who might not get this, but like now I'm at the point where I know that I'm dreaming. So like in the dream, and I'll call it a dream for what it is, so I'm starting to ask people questions more and interact with them more, since I know what's going on, where, as opposed to being, like, what the heck is going on? Why am I here?
Right.
So
you feel like you can control it and control what happens?
Much better than I could. Yeah.
Do you think maybe you're astral traveling?
I wonder sometimes. Yeah. It's, I could talk. They're really detailed.
Well, at least it's not a nightmare, right?
No, it's just really odd stuff, like weird technology, and I don't,
Oh, wait a minute. Is this something like futuristic?
It's hard for me to tell. I wouldn't say it's like a Star Trek kind of futuristic, but the stuff that I'm encountering is, I don't know what it is.
That's pretty cool.
I can't compare it to what we have here. It's like strange machines, and I don't know. I don't know what it is, and then I don't know.
Maybe you're time traveling into the future.
I don't know. Is that?
That is really cool, though.
I don't know. I wish I could figure it out. I wish I wouldn't. I don't know what the message is.
It's like reliving the same day over and over and over and over.
Sort of. I mean, but it continues. It's not, I'm not, like the story continues. Like, that's what's so weird about it.
That is wow. That is wild. I like that.
And then I literally, like, I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I need to go back to, like here. And then I wake up and I'm so relieved.
Wow.
Yeah.
How
so
cool
I can control where before I couldn't. When it gets too much now, I just I do like this and I wake up, or I'm back here, whatever you want to call it. Who knows, right?
That is the coolest thing I've heard today.
Oh, okay.
That is really awesome.
Like, people are going to think I'm nuts, but it's been going on for a while.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Huh. When you wake up, is it like you feel a jolt before you wake up? Like maybe you're coming back into your body?
I go and I'm like relieved. It's like such a relief, because I know when I come back here, I'm going to be in my house. I'm going to be, I'm married. I have a great life. It's, it's like, it's hard for me to describe. And then the other place, it's so different and so far. And even though I know the people, they're not anybody I know here.
Yeah.
And, it's really, and it's so detailed, and it really feels like hours of my time that I'm there, not okay, I wake up and it's over. Like, this is
it just reminded me that I saw a movie just like this with Demi Moore called Half-Life, and she had this one life with I think like her husband and kids or whatever, and then when she'd go to sleep, she would have this other life, but you never really knew which one was reality.
Oh wow! What is it called?
Half-Life. It's an older movie, maybe from like the 90s or something.
What light?
Half, H-A-L-F.
Oh, okay. Half-Life.
Yeah, Half-Light.
Okay, got it. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what it made me think of when you were talking about this experience. Tiffany said you're
it's really strange.
That is crazy. Wow.
Just the jumping timelines. Maybe it does what it really does feel like that.
Wow. That is wow.
Yeah. Fun times.
2006. Oh, that movie's earlier or newer than I thought it was.
It's okay. Half-Life. All right. I got to check it out.
Yeah, it was pretty cool though.
It's pouring here. You hear the dogs barking.
I hear the dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's raining. It's raining.
You're lucky that yours bark when it rains. Mine just like howers and shakes, and she gets scared when she hears the rain hit the house. But the thunder, she's like a basket case.
Yeah, gosh. Yeah, the one barking always, I don't know, the fun when she hears the thunder.
How many dogs do you have?
5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a lot.
Are they all big dogs?
Are they all what?
Are they all big?
3 big ones, 2 medium.
They all get along?
Depends. They've gotten into some major fights. But I mean, all in all, they get along. We just have to be careful when people visit, and when we go out, everybody's got to be in their own special room, in their own special place, and it's worse than having kids.
It sounds like it.
It's a rough. They're the reason why I'm not going away. It's not the animals outside. It's these guys. So.
Yeah. Wow. So let me ask you this: does that happen if you like take a nap? You go into that state too? It does.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So anytime that you're not awake.
Anytime, yep.
Wow. And I thought seeing orbs in my room was cool. That is pretty awesome.
It's, like I said, at first it was really stressful and burdening and exhausting, but now this is what's going to happen, right? And it's just, it's really hard for me to describe, to every single night I know exactly what's going on, and it's, I wish I was a better artist, because I would draw some of the stuff I saw.
Wow. That just really blew my mind.
It's strange, and I'm carrying around something that's similar to a phone, but it's not a phone, and it has switches on it, and I think it's a phone, and I'm trying to call people that I know here, and of course it doesn't work, right? And I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe it's a transporter. Maybe it's a transporter. It transports to place.
It must be.
Do you remember probably when you were a kid watching shows like the Jetsons, where they had the live people, instead of calling on the phone with the picture, and now we have the FaceTime and the video chat. I just think that is hilarious.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe this is all fake right now.
Maybe it's something you're tapping into that's coming down the road. Maybe you're going to be a part of it.
I don't know.
Who knows?
We'll
but at
see.
least you pay attention to it and everything. That's great.
Yeah, I've really been. Yeah. Tiffany says she's had dreams like that too. I have the phone in my hand. Yes, isn't that crazy, Tiffany?
Wow.
I had the same. Yeah, I think it's a phone, but it's not, and I'm trying to use it, and it's I'm seeing all this stuff on it, and I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Wow. I saw some pictures, they'll always try to talk about time travel, and you'll see pictures every once in a while. This is a case of time travel. And I saw this one that was back in I don't know, hundreds of years ago. And it looks like a man standing there with a cell phone.
Okay.
So, and I just thought that was funny. It just made me think of that.
Wow.
Because maybe you're traveling back somewhere through time with your phone, and you're just like, what the hell is this? I don't know what this could be.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's definitely,
who knows?
It's definitely strange.
Yeah. Well, you got to start taking notes.
I think I should start journaling it.
You should.
Because it's been going on for so long. Maybe that's what I need to do.
Yes. Even if nothing else, this is a great story.
It'd be fun. Yeah, maybe it's a really good book I have in there.
Yes. That's what I'm thinking.
I'll give it a try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, we're at the end of the hour. That was very quick.
It sure was.
thanks for being here. It was great to have you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. I love your book. I'm sure Tiffany will put up all the links on how to find you and all that good stuff. And yeah, thanks for being on the show.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you so much.
Have a great weekend.
You too.
We'll talk soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Don't want the fun to end? Grab more refreshments. Then head over to the Goldylocks Productions YouTube channel. With the huge selection of shows, the fun doesn't have to end.